Our seemingly ordinary world has hundreds of mysteries hidden in its soil, proving that the eye really does not see it all. Ancient treasures to prehistoric creatures. Hold on to witness the scariest discoveries found in unexpected places. Snake Tree. If you too are scared of snakes just like me, you better skip this one. A group of men were cutting the tree for its wood, and out of nowhere, this snake appeared from the trunk.
Oh my god! Holy fucking shit!
Think about how surprising that must have been.
It is backing itself out.
It's a strange and startling discovery, isn't it? A half-cut snake, hidden inside a tree?
Oh my god!
It's not something you see every day.
Still moving.
Bigfoot skull. We all have heard of the ever-famous Sasquatch or Bigfoot, and even though we might not have seen a real one, a famous wildlife explorer and celebrity named Coyote Peterson found the skull of one that roamed the area a long time ago. He was looking to find an insect hive in the Bigfoot hotspot of a forest in British Columbia, Canada, until he came across a gigantic skull, which many believe may belong to Bigfoot. When Peterson found the skull, he first thought that it belonged to a bear.
Oh, it is a bear! It is definitely a bear skull! Holy mackerel!
But upon further inspection, he realized it was something far more interesting, as the skull was from a massive primate, and primates that big rarely lived in these woods.
That's not a bear skull.
Actually, that is not a bear skull, you're right.
Do you think that this could actually be a Bigfoot skull? Share with us down in the comments. Alien caterpillar. A woman named Danica DeCosto was exploring the woods of Texas when she laid her eyes on this bizarre creature moving around in the plants.
It looks like a part alien or something, I don't know.
It had the body of a caterpillar, or you could say of an insect, but its humanoid-like face made it look unlike any normal thing. The alien caterpillar moved around a bit and seemed like an otherworldly thing while doing so. Viewers, on the other hand, were divided in whether the creature was real or not. Some said it could be a rare kind of caterpillar,
Looks like a caterpillar. I think it's a caterpillar.
while others called it a genetic mutation plan gone wrong. B. amber. In addition to the giant fossils of dinosaurs and other animals, our forests consist of small yet interesting fossils like this one. About 100 million years ago, a bee flew haplessly into a glob of sticky tree resin, where it became trapped forever, and it had no idea that it would become a masterpiece. Over time, the resin fossilized to become amber, and preserved the bee in exquisite detail within the clear, honey-colored rock. As rare as it is, this fossil bee isn't the first to be found entombed in amber. This remarkable find helped scientists to study the evolution of bees and also sparked excitement about the ancient ecosystems they were part of. Dinosaur mummy. Dinosaurs may have gone extinct, but their well-preserved fossils are still found today. In 2011, a group of miners in Western Canada were amazed to find the biggest intact dinosaur fossil ever found by scientists, but their excitement soon came to an end when they broke it down in two pieces. Even that did not affect the find's status, as the nodosaur was 18 feet long and approximately 3,000 pounds. The most fascinating part of this find was that the dinosaur fossils were so well preserved that its hair and some skin was also intact, giving the scientists a great deal to learn about the dinosaur's life and death. Although the dinosaur died over 110 million years ago, due to the optimal conditions under which they were preserved. Unicorn skull. If you always loved the idea of unicorns, you're about to love this discovery. For decades, we have been hearing about the existence of the mythical creatures, unicorns, and even though there have been multiple debates about their reality, a recent discovery of this unicorn skull made in Kazakhstan left everyone to believe something like them roamed our world. These incredible creatures were still around as recently as 29,000 years ago, but looked different than our standard assumption. The real unicorn, Elasmotherium sibiricum, was shaggy and huge and looked just like a modern rhino, only it carried the most almighty horn on its forehead. It was a species of mammal that looked more like a rhino than a horse, and went extinct a long time ago. but its beautifully preserved skull baffled everyone completely. Preserved T-Rex remains. T-Rex is probably the most famous and loved dinosaur. This specimen was believed to be around 68 million years old and showcased an astonishing level of preservation. Standing at an imposing 40 feet and weighing approximately 9 tons during its lifetime, the fossilized remains provide critical insights into the iconic dinosaur's anatomy and behavior. The nearly complete skeleton revealed powerful hind limbs, a massive skull with dagger-like teeth, and evidence of soft tissues. Researchers anticipated that detailed analysis would shed light on the T-Rex's growth, biomechanics, and potentially offer clues about the Cretaceous ecosystem. Remains in Maya sinkhole. Archaeologists at the Carablanca site in Belize report the discovery of a water temple complex that looked like a small plaza holding the collapsed remnants of a lodge. This find pointed towards a deep aquamarine pool in Belize that held ruins from a time when the ancient Maya turned into a drought cult and hurried sacrifices to a water god to stave the fall of their civilization. This find helped the archaeologists to study the behavior of these people. The main structure rested beside a deep pool where pilgrims offered sacrifices to the Maya water god and perhaps to the demons of the underworld. The pyramid-building civilization thrived across Central America for centuries, only to see most of its cities collapse after 800 AD. Ice Age bison. Many large mammals went extinct at the end of the last ice age, approximately 11,000 years ago, including the steppe bison. But their magnificent traces are still found in our areas. A team of scientists discovered a complete specimen of this extinct bison, frozen and naturally mummified in eastern Siberia. According to the research team, this was the most complete frozen mummy of the steppe bison ever found. The frozen body had been dated to 9,300 years before the present day. It was found in the Yana Indi Gurkha lowland and enabled the team to study how this animal lived and perished at the end of the Ice Age through a necropsy. 5,000-year-old whale. Imagine casually cycling and coming across a giant whale skeleton. Well, a 12-meter-long skeleton was discovered by a cyclist in early November 2020 who spotted part of large vertebrae coming out of the ground in an area 12 kilometers away from the sea. Thai archaeologists unearthed a rare, partially fossilized and perfectly preserved whale skeleton believed to be about 5,000 years old in the west of the capital Bangkok. The excavation went on for about a month, and researchers believe it's the only find of its kind in Asia. Later on, the right shoulder and fin were found, and now they have a collection of about 36 backbone pieces. Human-like species discovered. Scientists discovered a new member of the human family tree while exploring a huge trove of bones in a barely accessible pitch-dark chamber of a cave in South Africa. The creature showed a surprising mix of human-like and more primitive characteristics, and it was so extraordinary that even some experts called it bizarre and weird.
In unearthing our past, we also unearth knowledge about our present.
A new species within our very genus that we have called Homo naledi.
Researchers named the creature Homo naledi. That reflects the Homo evolutionary group, which includes modern people and our closest extinct relatives. The discovery has left us wondering two things. How old are these bones? And what else we don't know about our history? Dinosaurs to perish. Well, I hope you guys are as amazed by dinosaur fossils as I am, because these scientists have found another stunningly preserved leg of a dinosaur.
Oh, wow. Oh my God, look at that. The scales are preserved.
The limb, complete with skin, is just one of a series of remarkable finds emerging from the Tanis fossil site in the US state of North Dakota. But it's not just their exquisite condition that's turning heads, it's what these ancient specimens are purported to represent. The claim is that the Tanis creatures were entombed on the actual day. A giant asteroid struck Earth, the day 66 million years ago, when the reign of the dinosaurs ended and the rise of mammals began. Shackled skeletons of Athens. It all began when a team of intrepid archaeologists embarked on an excavation mission in Athens. Their goal was to explore a necropolis where the city's esteemed residents had been laid to rest for centuries, and what they unearthed was far from ordinary. Buried together in a peculiar and grim manner were the remains of not just 1 or 2, but a staggering 80 skeletons. Each of them had their wrists shackled above their heads, a bone-chilling testament to a harsh end. These were young men who had apparently met a tragic fate. Unknown catch. Moments such as these revived the fear of the dark seas for me. In May 2012, a group of fishermen went fishing in rough waters, and as usual, the sea had a surprise for them, as they noticed something strange and realized something was wrong while they were pulling up the net. Before they could identify the creature, it began to struggle viciously and overwhelmed the fishermen, who had already developed a fear of the unknown. In response, one of the fishermen dropped the net back into the sea, and a few seconds later, there was much speculation that the fisherman may have accidentally captured a mermaid. Cobra in tree hole. In this next video, a group of men stumbled upon nature's version of a serpent metropolis when an enormous cobra nest tucked snugly into a tree hole. This clip comes all the way from Kayan Mentarang, Indonesia, where some farmers were just minding their own business as they strolled through the jungle looking for firewood and came across a tree which they chopped down only to reveal a swarm of cobras hiding within it. The farmers were determined and weren't going to leave without their firewood, so they decided to remove the invasive creatures. Boy, I wish I was this brave-hearted. Washed up whale. But the most bizarre animal ever seen in the woods has to be this whale. That's right. In 2019, a whale was found in this jungle. This humpback whale was not alive. It was found in the Amazon rainforest on the island of Marusho in Brazil. But how did a humpback whale end up in a rainforest? There were no tracks, meaning that no vehicles dragged it here. Right now, it's believed that a massive wave picked up this whale and threw it into the jungle.
Que coisa grande, olha só, pra vocês terem noção.
It sounds crazy, but according to scientists, that makes the most sense. Shocking discovery. A Spalding couple was enjoying their ride on four-wheelers through the woods, and suddenly their bright day took a spooky turn as they made a shocking discovery of a human skull. When the police searched the area, they found more than just the skull. They discovered a pelvis, a femur, arm bones, vertebrae, ribs, blue jeans, and t-shirt fragments.
Arms and some vertebrae and some ribs.
They also found some blue jeans and fragments of a t-shirt. They couldn't tell if it was male or female.
It was a real mystery who these bones belonged to, and they seemed to have been there for at least a year, or maybe 2. The police started looking for missing persons from around that time, and the biggest clue for them was in the skull, as it had teeth with fillings.
There were some teeth that were still in the skull that had fillings in them.
This could help identify the person using dental records. Bizarre finding. Explorers heard rumors about something bizarre buried in the woods, and they went there to uncover the truth. As they began digging in the area, they found something unexpected and definitely out of place: a woman's dress. For me, it was quite strange to see a dress like this in such a location. Online spectators also found it really strange and unusual. It was even suggested that it might be the dress of a woman who had gone for a visit and never returned. Or giving the eeriest vibes, it could be something related to ancient witchcraft. So what do you think it actually is? Let me know. Mysterious trees. Some local people spotted some really weird things growing on trees.
What are those massive webs in the trees that seem to be growing?
Things they'd never seen before. They were curious and searched the internet for answers, but they couldn't find anything like these strange, oversized sacks dangling from the branches. After a lot of looking and thinking, they figured out that these weren't part of the tree at all. They were webs, and inside these delicate, mysterious sacks, there was a creepy thing waiting to be found. Tiny, wriggling worms.
The caterpillars start to eat, and what they do is build a web around the leaves.
It was like finding a secret society of bagworms hiding right there in the trees. I don't know about you, but I have found it really creepy. And you are also free to share your thoughts. Spooky trees. A group of 3 brave explorers entered an area rumored to be connected with a satanic cult to uncover the reality. And as they stepped in the territory, the silence got heavy when they saw these traces of dark practices. they came across this tree which was decorated with tied ropes, chains, and crosses. Nearby stood the Huber stand, a stone circle that seemed like it had been there forever. The explorers felt scared as they were confirmed this place had been used for dark, scary rituals. But could it really be an abandoned place used to summon the dark forces? Comment what you think. Millions-year-old dinosaur. In a remarkable discovery, 2 sets of dinosaur fossils, over 180 million years old, were unearthed in southwest China's Yunnan province. One of these fossils was identified as Lufengosaurus magnus, measuring 5.3 meters in length and had complete hind legs. What makes these fossils extraordinary was that they were buried in strata dating back to the early Jurassic period. Finding these fossils with exceptional preservation of about 70% of the creature intact is quite rare. These findings promise to advance research in geography, dinosaur evolution, and the climate of that ancient era. Woolly mammoth tusks. Tony Beets was excavating the ground to get his hands on some precious gold. But while he was doing his daily job, he got his hands on something far more important. In addition to the shining gold, he laid eyes on something protruding vertically out of the soil. At first, he thought it was just an ordinary tusk belonging to an elephant. But soon he realized that his mining mission had brought forward the tusk of an ancient woolly mammoth. Tony was so excited that he brought his family to have a look at his find. And then the paleontologists came to the scene to bring it for further inspection. Dinosaur mummy. In an extraordinary discovery, a perfectly preserved 110-million-year-old dinosaur mummy was unearthed in Canada. Initially mistaken for a rock, the fossil revealed itself to be a dinosaur. This discovery, shrouded in the mysteries of the Jurassic era, opened a window into the ancient past when dinosaurs, including herbivores like this one, dominated the Earth. Found in a region that was once under the sea, this dinosaur symbolizes a time when massive reptiles roamed land, air, and sea, before their reign was abruptly ended by a colossal meteoroid impact 65 million years ago. Fossilized dinosaur eggs. This incident sounds like the perfect opening scene of a Jurassic Park movie. Construction workers in China were working on an ordinary task of repairing a road in the Guangdong province and made a mind-blowing discovery. As they were digging the ground, they came across 19 of these mysterious round objects perfectly fit in the soil. Upon closer inspection, it was revealed that these were not any simple finds. Rather, these were 65 million years old, perfectly preserved dinosaur eggs. The biggest one measured almost 5 inches. I hope they won't be planning on bringing these prehistoric beings back to life. Historic bear. Reindeer herders in the icy expanses of eastern Siberia made a remarkable discovery: a nearly perfectly preserved 3500-year-old brown bear.
Fossilized brown bear. The absolute age is 3,400 years old.
This rare find, emerging from the frozen wilderness, was a significant archaeological treasure. A team of scientists conducted a necropsy on the ancient bear, unraveling secrets of a bygone era. This extraordinary discovery offers a unique glimpse into the past, shedding light on the life and environment of the brown bear thousands of years ago in the remote Siberian landscape. Let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. The whole world is moving towards more eco-friendly practices. And with this technology, you can contribute to the world even after your life. An inspiring idea from Anna Citelli and Raoul Bretzel involves a distinctive ritual that not only honors the departed, but also contributes to nature. Instead of a traditional burial, the innovative approach entails placing the deceased in a fetal position within a capsule, which is then buried in the ground. What makes this concept truly special is that a tree is planted atop the capsule, utilizing the remains as a natural fertilizer. This thoughtful gesture not only pays tribute to the individual, but also promotes environmental sustainability. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.